Bring this back. No!
No. Damn it. Well, it's better than nothing. I need to get the weapon fragment to GAIA to analyze. If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clone, too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup. Like the card show. Why? Yeah, it beats me.
It probably meant something to them. As it does to my people, and the Tanakh.
I just think my face says it all as is, that's all.
That it does.
As much as I like to talk about makeup, got more pressing matters here.
Aloy, glad you made it back okay. She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up. So, Aloy, I suppose you want information.
About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
You don't know.
So far, Zenith established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves?
Not their descendants.
What?
Oh my
Not
god.
their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know?
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
And you? Does that mean that you're...
I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function.
Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it?
When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
I think we gathered that much with the extinction signal. Just the name, extinction. Oh my god. Okay, so what is going on with their medical advances? It's been 1,000 years, and not only are they alive, but they're well, and they still look really fit and energetic and all that. Oh my god. What? And they can make people. Are they basically immortal then? They can make people, they're immortal? What's the problem then? Why are they coming back? Oh my god. Holy sh... sorry, I'm sorry. Beta,
You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
Ashley Birch better be getting paid double for this. You can tell they're different. They talk differently. Like, Aloy sounds more confident. Oh my god. Oh. I want to let you rest, but there's so much I need to know.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Faro purged it.
They have Apollo.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
If we can get it back, if we can take it back, then humanity can rebuild. Wait, how did they end up getting a copy in the end, though? Because they stole a copy in the very first mission in the game, but it was fake. They traded it for ectogenesis research. Wait, so they tried to steal it and then Patrick Brochard Klein just gave it to them? The Alpha Prime? Which probably helped them with their little immortality thing? Are they completely immortal? Oh my god. Why did you escape? I'm very glad you did, but why?
How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run, I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed ELEUTHIA's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
The one downfall, huh? You're so good with this technology that you can't just make a mindless drone. The person you make is a person with their own thoughts. They can make up their own opinions and mind about everything.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture ELEUTHIA. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Baina's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send ELEUTHIA back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission.
Oh.
Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the GAIA root kernel?
I told them I could capture ELEUTHIA faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done.
Damn. She had a whole plan. But Silence, okay, Silence is not as involved as I thought he was then, but I still feel like the weapon, that's his doing. Or at least I hope that's his doing.
So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them?
They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry.
Gerard commands them.
He's the one who decided to set up
The
a base.
man.
The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know.
So Tilda is the lady then. Yeah, that conversation, you could tell that the man was the one in control. Because if I remember right, the lady, Tilda, she was saying, oh, maybe we shouldn't kill Aloy. But the man's like, nope, we gotta kill her. Oh, it makes so much sense now, because that conversation did give me the sense that not only did they know everything about Elizabeth Sobek, but they knew it in a very intimately familiar way. Like, these people would have they would have actually spoken to Elizabeth Sobek then. It's not even just that they read about her in the Apollo database, they actually knew her.
You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit, plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space, other survivors of the colony.
Okay, so it sounds like they have a mini base on Earth, and they also have like another ship in space that's close to Earth. Oh my god. Oh my god, how can we defeat this? Oh my god. But the shield. One good thing is that they currently don't know, or I hope they don't, that we can defeat their shield somehow. They know Verbena's dead though, so that's a big clue that somebody can break through the shield.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed.
Did you say
What
that?
happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age too.
I completely missed that in all the information here, so they did leave. Something happened at Sirius. Okay, fine. Something happened at Sirius. You can come back. But why do you have to wipe everything out? Why can't you just rebuild on top of what's here? Why can't you be nice? Why can't you be like, hey, Earthlings, we're back here and we will share our technology with you. Let's coexist in peace. No. You know, earlier, Beta just said they have the shield to repel the local fauna. I bet you 1,000% they're talking about people, not animals or machines. They're talking about the people here. They're calling them local fauna.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what GAIA and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over?
When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want.
Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that? Well, without their GAIA kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that.
Are you serious? Oh my god, like, if they don't want to rebuild because they want to control everything on the planet. That might be worse than Ted Faro, to be honest. Like, oh my... Well, it's our assumptions right now. But that... Oh my god. Maybe mainly the man, though, Gerard. What about the other two? Maybe we can convince them to... I don't know. The lady we might be able to sway. The man, Eric tried to kill us, but the lady, maybe there's some leniency there.
The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you. And you went along with it?
They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to GAIA and her subordinate functions. That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix GAIA. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit.
So they sent the signal here. No, you know what they were thinking? They were on Sirius and they're like, well, we want to go back to Earth and destroy it and redo it. And we don't want to do it ourselves, so we'll just send a signal to some Hades thing and then destroy Earth. But then it failed. So they're like, hey, what's going on? And they come here to check it out and do it themselves for real, I guess, is what's... Oh my god.
So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why GAIA suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. GAIA would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her.
Yeah, well, surprise.
I feel so bad for her, though. It's a little bit surreal talking to somebody, basically myself, and we're both so concerned with saving Earth that we can't even really bond like normal people, like two normal girls. No, we're two girls with a mission of saving Earth. Oh my god. Okay, you know how this usually goes? When there's a clone, they die, right? Please don't die, okay? Please, I just want a sister. I want family members. Please, 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 please don't.
All right, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaia's fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now.
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
They're not going to
Hold
find
on.
us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything, everyone, are gonna die.
Hey, calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay, well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
Just when I was talking about how I wish Aloy and Beta would bond a little bit as sisters or something, that outburst kind of threw me off. Yeah, like not in a good way. That kind of made me feel a little bit more negatively towards her. And I guess it really goes to show that she was born on a ship, she was raised on a ship, and she's never really come across real obstacles, I guess. That might be a little bit unfair to say. But what I want to say is, Aloy has overcome so much in her life. Her father dying, and then all that, like, Hades stuff and whatever. She's so resilient and calm. And just... even when we show weakness to Gaia, it's only for like a small moment. Gaia, do you think I can actually do this? But here, Beta is like having a full-on meltdown. Because she's never had to do any of this before. And all of her knowledge is theoretical. While all of ours is completely practical. So that was kind of... well, she's helping.
Hey, me again.
Was there something else?
Whoa. Okay, sorry.
That's enough for now.
Good.
I think deep down there must be a yearning to bond with somebody with your genetic makeup. Like, I don't know, I feel like there must be some sort of an attraction there. Not a romantic one, but like family members, blood attraction. Maybe? I don't know. Or maybe just curiosity, not even something genetic. Curiosity, seeing someone who's like us, but also not. Anyway though, Beta needs to get it together and give us her theoretical knowledge and all that. Ugh, that was...
Pizza?
Apparently it tastes worse the longer it takes to be delivered. Or
That's
something like
nonsense.
Maybe you can find the recipe?
that. I think it was just flat bread with cheese and some sauce.
I like it already.
There's no such thing as bad pizza.
Hey, you and Erend okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
It's good to see you and Zo enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else.
That sounds more like taxidermy.
How's everyone dealing with beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Erend. He was totally lost. Then Zo said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
It's not that hard to understand. Twins. Come on, we have twins here.
I see everyone's settling in.
Zo's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Erend to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like get her clothes or something. I don't know, she seems really... Oh, you're playing. I was like, what is that sound? That outburst she had, it almost seemed a bit... like in the very beginning of it. Later she did mention, oh, everyone's gonna die, the plan's gonna fail. But the very first thought that she had was, oh no, you're so far behind, we're not gonna have time, and this is all for nothing. They're gonna catch me, and I'm gonna have to go back to them. Which is a pretty self-centered thing to say, especially in the face of Earth potentially going extinct entirely.
So the old ones had cows and sea cows, but they didn't look the same.
We have sea cows? But yeah, I mean, she did say something about the Earth later on, but her priority, definitely the first one seemed to be about herself first, which I think it goes back to the differences between Aloy and Beta. We're different people after all, and I just can't imagine that Aloy would ever say anything like that.
Ah, there it is.
For better or worse. And she's so selfless.
Erend, you okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's 2 of me now.
There's 2 of you now. At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying.
Were we born around the same time then? Roughly? She was born on the ship. The signal we know was like, what, 17 years ago? Then roughly? I'm older. I should be a little bit older. A little bit? Yeah?
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those 2 lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed, I promise.
I guess how old Beta is depends on when they set out for Earth. We don't know yet.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Merlin guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
His crew knows how to handle themselves. Mostly.
Right.
Right.
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zo and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
Good call.
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
Hopefully, Beta will be able to sort out her feelings later on and we can have a proper talk. Right now, she's thinking about a lot. Talk with GAIA. I think that's the best person for her to talk to.
Aloy,
Hey, thought I'd, check in on how you're doing.
you mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
A little.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's one thing to know that we came from Elizabeth Sobek. It's another thing to see a clone standing right in front of us.
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire. If I understand correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth, like a heart beating with the life of the world. As always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
That's a beautiful metaphor. Like some kind of volcanic core of the earth is the beating heart.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
Yeah.
I need to get going.
May the land bloom in your steps.
If theoretically, if we had two Aloys, things... Not two Aloys, that's a little bit... Get two people with the genetics of Elizabeth Sobek.
Aloy, there are more supplies in the chest. Help yourself.
Things should go faster, because now we have two... We can go at double the speed for opening genetic hatches. But Beta doesn't have any combat skills, I don't
And
think.
of course, data corrupted.
Maybe she does. Just for self-defense? I don't know. We don't really know, but I don't think so. Yeah, all of her knowledge seems more theoretical. So she might know how to swing a sword, but I highly doubt she's ever swung a sword.
Unbelievable.
Looks like some of the holograms are working now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful warm-up.
I don't understand how you've done it though. How do I read this map? There's some spiky stuff here, okay. Okay, it'll update later on when we do more stuff.
So many long words.
I know, right? I know. Any new comments from my own room? Oh,
It was pretty weird talking to Beta, seeing someone who looks like me. Even though it seems like she doesn't act anything like me. Or Elizabeth, for that matter.
yeah, I mean, you all come from the same genetics, but you are different people. How different? That'll be like a nature versus nurture kind of thing. Maybe Var Zenith Research will know more, I don't know. Well, we kind of got roped into another main quest here. This is still on hold. I'm so sorry, Gaia. I completely forgot about you. What? Everyone okay? I was planning on leaving, going back to side questing. Completely forgot about Gaia. You gotta go talk to Beta, okay? That girl is really confused.
Welcome back. Aloy,
What the heck?
I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got ELEUTHIA, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The two remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be making use of Sylens' weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get.
Hey, the clone being here is better than the clone being with Varl Zenith. Especially for any subfunctions that need any more gene doors. Okay. I think the subtitles are like that because Gaia's dress is white, so you can't really see the words.
Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy. Where shall we resume?
Oh my god, yes. Oh my freaking god.
So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
I feel like people becoming immortal is a bad thing for the Earth though. Something about pollution and all that. Wow, what if we defeat Far Zenith, but then what do we do with the immortality technology? Maybe that's thinking a little bit too far ahead. Let's take it one step at a time. I had a thought just now, what was it? I lost my train.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda.
Oh, I remember now.
Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
I'm going to assume that's mostly Gerard for now. The other people we might be able to convince somehow. We'll see. I wanted to say that the Zenith people are immortal, but not bulletproof. We saw this already because Rebena died. So their immortality is really just for stuff like aging and medical issues, I guess. Which is a good sign because we can kill them. That's good. Good to know.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius.
Oh, wow.
Their own personal playground.
I never even thought of that. That's right. They want to make sure that they have the easiest time adjusting. Make Earth like their new home. The home they were living in for 1,000 years. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so curious about Sirius. What happened there? Why'd they leave? What did it look like? How did they live?
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the system's design through him, despite his failure.
We don't know how they did it specifically, but they did it.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
Thank you, GAIA. You're always so reassuring. I believe that as well. Every defensive must be able to be broken by some offensive.
Were you able to make use of Poseidon?
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can.
The coast? As in where the Far Zenith base is?
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant
Have we heard this already?
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up.
Yeah, Poseidon was pretty okay with it in the end. So hopefully, it might be kind of unlikely that everyone will be that docile though. Did you have more about Poseidon?
So Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
What do we know about ether?
Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather. Acquiring it might allow me to quell the most severe storms in the region. But be careful. Like Demeter and Poseidon, it will need to be restored to its original code state before it is safe to capture.
Got it. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. ELEUTHIA was responsible for gestating,
I think we've heard some of this before.
a new generation of human beings. Apollo was
Doesn't hurt to
tasked
hear
with
again.
preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
If we can do that though, we'll have the entire system all set up again. The entire Zero Dawn system. That's... wow. Thinking about it kind of scares me. Because something so powerful, it could very easily fall into the wrong hands again. And what's Earth gonna look like when we actually have all access to all that data and technology? Oh my god. Thinking too far ahead.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take them out.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good.
Oh, we've heard this.
It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
Yeah, there's a few lines that are updated, but the majority of it we have heard before.
How are things around here?
Zo has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, Zo and I are hopeful we will find an alternative way to heal them.
Well, keep at it.
Alternative way to heal them, huh?
Varl and Zo seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying Old World data, Zo discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
That must feel pretty surreal though, knowing that the old world ancients had some customs that were kind of like what we do.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus after an initial incident.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple.
Oh god.
Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
How hard did he smash it against his own head? Oh my god.
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
I appreciate that Gaia tries to comfort me, but she was emboldened to leave before she realized our true progress, so that makes me a little bit insecure too. But yeah, I totally understand how Aloy's feeling here. It's kind of like Aloy's relationship with Silence. If they were all buddy-buddy, this would go so much faster. But it's not buddy-buddy. Beta is her own person, and we don't necessarily get along, even though I wanted us to get along. Because we have a commonality in Elizabeth Sobek being our DNA and all that, but that's not necessarily enough.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate. Though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia.
You know, when I was catching up on the story of Zero Dawn in preparation for Forbidden West, like when I relearned the part about how, oh yeah, I know, they were hiding in the bunker, and then Elizabeth, there was an error in the door that left like a 1 centimeter gap or something. Maybe even less than that, right? Like maybe 1 millimeter or something, but that's no good because that could leak out the signal to the Pharaoh Swarm. And then Elizabeth had to go out and fix it and all that crap. I bawled my eyes out, and it's just, what do bad things happen to good people? And what do good things happen to bad people? Far Zenith immortality? Really? Ted Pharaoh dying in his bunker for the rest of his days? Peacefully? Okay, but at least Ted died, right? Ted should be dead. He's not immortal, thank God.
So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
But they had no time to relish in that achievement, because it was for such a dire purpose.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
Now you tell me? Now you tell me?
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the GAIA kernel, it used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too. So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there, one not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world, an effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right, because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
If we personally paid it a visit, maybe that would work, but we don't have time.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save
I
it?
think he tried.
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up.
It's honestly amazing.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising.
What is the nature of their immortality though? I kind of wonder. Were they able to have kids? And if so, do they stop aging arbitrarily at an adult age? Or if they had a kid, would it remain in the fetus state forever? That seems not about right, right? I think it would make sense. It might be a fair trade that if they were immortal, they could not reproduce. We don't know. Oh my god, I'm so curious. I'm so curious.
See you later, Gaia.
Until next time, Aloy.
Ooh, that was a long conversation with everybody in the camp. Oh my god, the camp. The base. Got some skill points. We haven't really put too much into Trapper and Machine Master. Machine Master, let's see. Efficient repair, okay. Splitting spike. Ooh. Override subroutines. Set a machine to either aggressive or defensive behavior while overriding. Okay. Machine elemental. Mounted defense. Take less damage while mounted. I'm not mounted very often. But sure. Passive boost. Machine health. Okay. Make sure Fiery doesn't come close to dying again. The stupid Tenac rebels. Gosh. Heavy lifter. Oh, I want this, but I don't have points. Oh, okay. Noted.